Hey, welcome back to Two Super Guys Trade Stocks. I am Bill.
I'm Vinny, and today I'm going to talk about something that's been on my mind for a little while, particularly with a couple of years of underperformance. Are we wasting our time owning individual stocks? I'm going to talk a little bit about it.
Probably.
Two stupid guys trade stocks.
I have not
All
seen
right.
this. I feel like this is gonna be
No, it's
depressing.
all good. It is what it is. That you can't kind of shade that. Have you ever seen this chart before? I know you're kind of like sitting over some of the numbers there, but is it vaguely
Berkshire's versus
familiar?
S&P.
Yeah, exactly. So when you look down bottom here, you're looking at Warren Buffett's cumulative total return with Berkshire Hathaway versus S&P 500 over the same time period. 30,000% in S&P 500. Pretty goddamn impressive, right? 3.6 million% over that same time period with Berkshire Hathaway. How ridiculous outperformance is that over decades?
See, that's why single stocks work. You just go into the cheapest one, don't read anything else about it, and put all your money in it.
Yeah, well,
It's
that's the
perfect.
fallacy is that we hope we can emulate him, but the likelihood of that happening are pretty slim, especially if you look back over his historical performance. It's his early years where there's a big outperformance when he's having 50% years. There's even 130% year, 100% year. Buffett hasn't turned in a year that disproportionate to the market in quite a while. Like, not to besmirch him. Like, I think he's the greatest investor of all time, and definitely try to learn everything I can from him. But I'm not Warren Buffett.
Well,
So this
he had some years that were
he
like
did.
double, like 27 versus 13. That's still great.
Oh yeah, definitely some mistakes, no doubt. So this right here is actually my basically tracking of my stock performance versus the S&P 500 since I've been like an individual investor, and I am still outperforming us at this point. But same thing, I'm really anchored by this 2019 year where Apple just absolutely exploded,
Oh
and I
yeah.
was I was very fortunate to be like heavily overweighted in Apple shares at that time. So, but otherwise, it's been market performance roughly an average, maybe somewhere in that ballpark. In the last couple of years, I've underperformed, unfortunately. So, I wanted to kind of revisit some of the data behind individual stock ownership and whether or not it's worth it. So, this is actually a study. I'm not familiar with Dalbar. I got this from a Market Watch article, but 30-year time period, and the average annual individual investor only returned 3.69%. How do you feel about that
Hmm.
number?
That's
Yeah,
quite low.
yeah, that is quite low. There was another study, shorter time frame versus done by Morningstar, and the average individual investor returned 6% compared to 7% over the same time period. That's at least within spitting distance, if you will. All right.
Well, it was also, yeah, passive mutual funds 7%. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
And as far as like you look at professionals, right? Like people talk about, oh, this has got a high analyst rating. Like when I watch other stock like analysis videos, and I always see them talk about like, oh, this has a rating of this from this kind of investor or advisor, and I'm like, who really cares? Because all those guys suck too. Like, you know,
Like Cathie Woods. That's why she's on the front.
ah, that's
She's,
like she's. I have her performance here in a minute.
oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay.
Exactly. But so this is another article. This is actually from 2022 from CNBC, talking about how their performance has been abysmal when you compare to like the market. Look at this benchmark, right? Underperformance by 84 percent, and then this grows to 90%, 95% when you go over 10 and 20 years. So like these are professionals. These are people that are educated, licensed, and do this for a full-time living. You and me, Joe Jackass, doing this for a couple hours a week kind of stuff where we just find it interesting. What are our hopes of standing up against someone that does this for a full-time living over 20 years and they're still underperforming by 95%?
Well, I mean, we're better than that. I mean, I feel like most people are better than that, unless okay, there's a caveat. 2021 took a lot of people's money because like Plug and Neo and all these Tesla whatever went up like so much, and they're all like hell yeah Fubo, and then they just didn't sell me,
Yeah.
and you just lost a bunch of money.
Exactly. And then this is actually some of that same article talking about the 2022 first half performance. You're still looking at the same stuff, depending on which sector they're kind of trading in. Small cap seem to be like the best, but as you move up into large cap, their likelihood of being outperformed by the index is significantly higher. Like 89% within just a 6-month time window, we're already being outperformed by the index.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad. But,
Yeah,
Vinny, I think I'm special. I
yeah.
think
I
I
mean,
can. I think I can win. That's what everyone thinks, right? We're all
I know,
special.
right? Yeah, I mean, it's a fine line between doing, kind of pursuing individual stock ownership versus like taking all of your investments and going down to the local gas station and just buying a bunch of scratch tickets. Like where is the difference? Like how far off are we?
I'm super judgy on people. Like if you buy like lottery Powerball tickets because it's a waste of money. But then like I bought Fubo shitters. It's the same thing.
No.
So
Yeah. So we really need like Gamblers Anonymous. Okay, that's really what we have to embrace here. But hey, the nice thing is that we have this like absolute kind of saint to look forward to here. Cathie Wood, Saint Cathie Wood. The clown investment officer herself. So what exactly, like, it makes us all look good, at least because this woman has become famous and is on CNBC on a regular basis spouting this garbage where she's lost 13% of her money over the last few years. Never mind if you actually inflation adjust this. This is a 5-year return.
yeah, if you inflation adjust it, that gets worse. Give us a like and subscribe. Also, that shirt that Vinny's wearing exists if you want to buy it.
Yeah, it's the link will be down in the description there. Well, the same time period, S&P 500 up 40%.
Yeah, that's not. It's making me feel self-conscious.
Yep, yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know what I am. I'm actually pretty decent.
Okay. This is funny too. Like, we talk about a little bit about day trading and things like that. I mean, it's all fun to experiment as long as you realize what you're getting into and that it is not likely the path to wealth and success. It's okay to dabble in things you enjoy, but you got to remember that this is for the most part like going to be more of a hobby, that sort of thing. But this is talking about the success, kind of likelihood for day trading. So this is from a study in Taiwan where it was 97% of investors on any individual day lost money. Day traders, 97%. That's a pretty startling
I would
number.
have thought it was 99, to be honest.
I would have thought too. The other funny thing here, though, is that when you look at profitable day traders, they had a 96.4% chance of trading again in the next 12 months. If you look at unprofitable traders, it's 95.3, meaning that whether or not you made money had no actual effect on your likelihood of trading again.
So I've been pretty open that like I'm trying to learn day trading. Once again, I understand, guys. It's not a great idea. I just don't want to look back 40 years from now and be like, nah, I should have tried that. Right? This is my last year trying, and I'm actually very close to being profitable. But I am very responsible for that 95.3% number there because I do it every single day. So,
Yeah. I
okay.
mean, it is what it is. It's just my point with this whole thing is that it's kind of, you really have to take stock in it and whether or not it's worth it to you. For me personally, that's why you never see me contribute money to my account that I talk about here. I have a stupid funny money account where I do crazy stuff. Then I have my other account, which is more focused on kind of value oriented stock picking to the best of my uneducated opinion. Um, but you won't see me contribute more money to that. As far as like investment stuff that I'm currently contributing towards like retirement money, that goes index. That's
Yeah.
what makes the most sense.
No, I agree. I mean, like 401k stuff should not. I would not put that in individual stocks. That seems like a bad idea. I would just put that in the Qs or S&PY and just let it sit. Seems like a smart thing to do. But I'd be lying. I'd be lying if I didn't think that, like, well, I'm in the special 10%, right? But everyone thinks that, and 90% of those people are wrong. So
Oh yeah.
I will
Hey,
say, Baba, I think, is one of those stocks that is going to be crazy for the next 10 years, and I'm heavily invested in Baba. So,
all right. The problem with it is you always quit right before you were about to hit it big. Don't forget that.
is that the thing? That's the worst advice
It
ever.
is. That's why it's such a joke. It's horrible. But
Don't do that, guys.
it's
All right.
gambler's mentality. All right. Catch you guys in the next one.